Hello, everybody. Welcome to Elevate Your Body Monday. We are live in the tribe, Cheryl.
I love it. Live in the tribe, and we're excited to be here with you today and talking about something that is important, very important.
Super important. Actually, before we get there, Cheryl, people are going to say live in the tribe. Well, where is the tribe? I don't understand this tribe thing. So we started something called the Elevate Tribe.
Yeah.
Go to Facebook, type in Elevate Tribe. We spell a little bit weird. It's with an 8 at the end. So it's ELEV8 Tribe, or just go to elevatetribe.com and it'll take you to the same place. And all of our notes are at elevateyourlife.com. Just go there.
Very important.
And you can get the notes to everything we're about to say, because it's a lot. It's a lot of important information we're going to be giving out here today, Cheryl.
Yeah, it is. It is important. And if what we're talking about doesn't have much to do with you, I know you know somebody that this could really help or be beneficial for.
Everyone needs better sleep, Cheryl.
Yeah, listen. I'd like to go to sleep right now, Paul, if that would be okay.
Speaking of sleep, we got the NFL draft tonight, Cheryl.
Oh, yeah, that's right. My land. I'm going to be tuned right on into that. No, you know what? So my son we just picked up my son from tennis practice, and he's like, okay, Mom, I've decided to do what you've been telling me to do for some time now. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's just
it finally caught on. Yeah.
Delightful. I'm like, wow, like, hello, maybe I am Mom of the Year now that my son's listening. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start going to hot yoga 6 o'clock in the morning. I need you to go with me and take me.
That is fantastic. That's the best news ever.
Oh my gosh.
You're holding out on me in that. I didn't even know that.
He just told me now.
That's
like
so
right
good.
now.
So
he's
good.
like, please, Mom. Paul, not so good. Good. I'll let you take him because I know how much you love it.
Oh, you pulled it on me once, and that was
See?
one too many.
Once. You're like, oh yeah. And oh my gosh. And that's everything. So I was just trying to figure out how to get both kids to two different places at literally the same time.
Magic Mom. That's what we're going to call it.
Sure. Yeah.
Magic
Eminem. Magic Mom. Yeah. And I do love them too, but that's okay. My kids, I mean, not M&Ms.
I was thinking about the singer.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, a lot of people love him.
Our minds are going in different directions here.
Yeah, mine were going to the peanut kind. All right, let's get back to sleep. Here we are, live in the tribe, talking about the benefits. Well, actually, and this is a two-part series, right? So this is part one of the 8 steps to elevating your sleep.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of people have problems with their sleep, let alone elevating it.
Well, why is sleep so important, Cheryl?
Well, look, let me just start with that. It's super good.
I know it's one of the most important things in your life. If you had to rank things in your life, I think sleep it's pretty damn near the top.
I got no problem going to sleep, Paul. I got no problem at all.
Out of all the things you do, Cheryl, where does sleep rank in your life?
It might be right at number 1, Paul. I've got to heal and rejuvenate my body. Okay. So that's one of the main things that it does. Super good for your physical health. It's the only time we can repair. And I do a lot of stuff to my body every day with all the stuff that I have going on and stuff I'm doing. I've got to rejuvenate and repair. So super important for me. And the immune system. I mean, who is not worried these days about their immune system? You have to have sleep to have a strong, healthy immune system.
It's true. It's absolutely true. Yeah. You also need it to lower chronic disease. Like, we're seeing these epidemics like diabetes and heart disease and obesity. So,
okay. Go ahead, but then I'm going to say something.
No, go. You got something hot. You got something hot to say.
When I found out that if you don't get good sleep, you're not able to lose weight.
It's true.
It became a big necessity for me.
Well,
I said, I've got to sleep more. I've got to sleep 22 hours a day.
Yeah, I know.
I got to lose more weight.
Yeah. Well, funny thing is, so it's a true story. I'm talking to Cheryl, and so we're going over intermittent fasting because it's a key to losing weight, and we wanted to get to that shredded point, So
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm really struggling with this intermittent fasting though. It's because I'm finishing dinner at 8 p.m. I can't eat until noon at least, or 1 p.m. So it's tough. It's tough. Cheryl's like, tough. We're like, super easy. Just get up 11:30. Got to go half an hour.
Barely
Like,
have
no
enough
wonder you're
time
not
to finish
struggling
my
with this. I'm
tea.
up at 5 a.m. trying to starving to death until from 5 a.m. till 1 p.m.
I barely have enough time to finish my tea before, oh my, it's time to eat.
It's time to eat already. Yeah.
You bet. You bet. I know how to look, I know how to fix problems, Paul.
Yeah, I'm stupid me.
You bet. So balancing your hormones, that is like super important. And then regulating the feelings of hunger and fullness. So that's exactly how you do it, Paul. Just stay asleep a little longer, my friend.
Yeah.
It'll be easier for you.
It also produces some emotional well-being, mental health, reduces stress and anxiety. So if you see someone that's kind of like, off a little bit today, little angry, got a little anger or hate going on inside, just tell them to go take a nap. Because they got some emotional well-being issues there and mental health issues. So they probably just need a nap,
nicely,
Cheryl.
please. That might really set them off. Go take a quick nap. Okay. I see you got something.
You seem emotionally stable right now. You probably need a nap.
Oh, it can help with preventing the development of mood disorders. Yeah. Such as depression and anxiety. Again, it's those things that we're hearing so much about, especially after all this mess with COVID and just like the depression and the anxiety and all of these different mood disorders that are happening. Sleep can really be beneficial for that.
Absolutely.
Now, cognitive process, that right there, such as memory, learning, decision-making, and creativity, it's fascinating to me that all of those things, one of those things or all of those things can be affected if you don't get the proper amount of sleep.
Yeah. I don't know if I told you the story, Cheryl, but so actually, it was I went to take a driver's test, renew my license on a Saturday, and I may have been out a little late on a Friday night doing some things, and went to get
church.
I was at church. Yes, I was at church. That's where I was. And church ran a little late that night. And I had to get up and go to renew my license, my birthday. And, she said, read these letters on the wall there. And I'm figuring someone's pulling a fast one on me because I'm like, no one can read those letters. That's impossible. She goes, no, really, read line 7. I'm like, no, like, stop joking around. Like, there's no anybody in the world can read line 7. And I literally could not see it. So I lost my license, and I had to go see an eye doctor to get a thing. I'm like, well, I can. What are you talking about? I can see perfectly. But
so that had a lot to do.
So I go to the eye doctor, same chart there that they have at the driving place, DMV, and I read. Line 7 is like clear. I could read it like nothing. Like elevate your life. That's how big it was. So this literally being tired affects your ability to see things clearly. That's how much of the mental, we talk about cognitive process of memory and learning. So literally just functioning and it's incredible how important sleep is. I know that the two biggest days of the year where you notice sleep is the day that the clocks change. See heart attacks and accidents go way up when we just lose 1 hour of sleep.
Yeah. I don't know why they're still doing that, Paul, to be honest, but anyway.
That's another topic.
Okay. That's a good idea. Also, getting a good night's sleep improves productivity and concentration during the day, which, absolutely.
Well, I'm super productive.
Oh, you betcha. You bet you are. Well, Paul, talk to us about the 3 stages of sleep.
Well, I'm glad you asked me this question, Cheryl, because I am the foremost expert in this category here. Because as you know, I wear an Oura ring, and I know you have an Oura ring, Cheryl. Just choose not to always wear it as often as I do.
I do have one.
And I am just fascinated by these different stages and how to maximize sleep, because I'm all about being efficient. I'm a little bit different. Cheryl and I do have some stark differences between us. I'm about quality and she's about quantity here.
Look, I already know, Paul, if we were to go to sleep and sleep the amount of time and wake up when our bodies woke up, not when we have to, not with the alarm, but just like what would be the best sleep for me, I already can tell you right now, 9 hours. Not
so
8 hours.
Would you go to bed at?
Not 7 hours. Well, it doesn't matter what time I go to bed at.
Yes, it does. What time would you go to bed at if life is perfect?
Okay, well then I would go to bed at, I don't know, I would say 9 o'clock.
Okay. And then you would sleep until 9 a.m. or what are we talking about here?
That's 12 hours. I only need 9. So I could get up at 6.
Okay. Yeah, that's like 40% of your life gone. It's ridiculous. But my philosophy is you sleep enough when you die, so we don't need
don't forget,
sleep during life.
No, now I have to go to yoga, so I'm going to have to get up earlier. I got to get up 5:15.
So in the Marines, we have this saying, okay, it's sleep fast. We learn how to sleep fast, So what we mean by that in the Marines is that there's 3 stages of sleep. So stage number 1 is the light sleep. So this is the lightest, sleep where we got some eye movement still going on, some muscle activity. Our heart rate slows down. So our goal is to spend 60% of our time in light sleep. So if you have a Garmin or a Fitbit or an Apple Watch or an Oura Ring, the goal is to keep this at 60, not any more than that. Stage 2 is REM. So this is where our minds recover. Okay, so we need mental recovery. And this is where you'll have all your dreams, your vivid dreams. So your mind is like replaying things and creating things. But this is all part of the recovery process for your mind. So you need this REM sleep to be, if you can get 20%. So somewhere's in the range of an hour to an hour and a half a night, you're golden. That's what your body needs. And is an hour and a half, somewhere in between there. And then the deep sleep is for your body. So Cheryl mentioned this is where you can recover, where your immune system, especially your immune system, goes through a process of cleaning things out and rebuilding and repairing muscle tissue. So this is super, super important for physical. So there's a mental part and a physical part of recovery during the night. So I sleep 6.5 hours a night. My goal is to get 20% REM, which is an hour and 20 minutes, which fits right into the hour and a half. Deep, another 20% of that. So it's another hour and 20 minutes. And then to sleep at least 4 hours in this light area, which doesn't give you a lot of benefit, but just the way our sleep patterns work naturally in our bodies, you can't just sleep for, no one's ever slept for 3 hours and had all deep and all REM. It's impossible to do. It's the way our bodies are made. So you're going to have those waves in there and then go into some light sleep in between during the night. But that is a perfect, so those of you that are having any of these devices and you've always been wondering, like, what is the perfect number to shoot for? That's the goal, is to get 120 REM, 120 deep, and then 4 hours of light. And then beyond that, Cheryl, in my opinion, you're wasting time.
Wasting time. Yes. No, I'm not, though.
It's not what Marines do. Okay.
But I'm definitely not wasting time. And sometimes I don't like to sleep quickly. Sometimes
there's this beauty aspect that you
very important.
On. You look 20 years old, so it's because of all the beauty sleep that you get.
That's right. I need lots and lots of beauty sleep. Well, let's talk about some of the negative statistics around sleep. So about 30% of adults suffer from insomnia. And Paul, oh my gosh, that is 100 million people.
That's just in the US. That's a big freaking number.
Like, seriously, that is crazy. Like, you can't go to sleep. Your mind is racing. You get, they have all these things. Count sheep. Are you counting the sheep? That's a farm term. I'm sure you've heard that. Count sheep so you can go to sleep at night.
I've never done that. Have you?
Counted sheep?
Yeah.
Like there's been like one time that I couldn't go to sleep that I remember when I was a lot younger. And I was like
last week.
And yeah, last week. No, but I really thought, let me see if that works. And no, not really.
Yeah. I don't see that working.
No, I do have a tip and trick on how to fall asleep though.
Oh, please do share. I mean,
I do.
We didn't even get to that solution part yet, but I got to hear this.
Okay, so I really have this. So, and I don't really use it that much anymore, but when I was younger, I would use it. Okay, so you lay flat on your back and you keep your head exactly still and you put your hands down on the bed.
Yeah.
And you don't touch anything. And then you lay there, you close your eyes, and then you don't move and you don't think about anything. And then pretty soon you get to the point where you're still awake, but you can't feel your body at all. Like if I told my mind, like lift up your right hand, I wouldn't be able to do it. Because you're like completely separated from like your mind from your body. It's pretty interesting. I actually love to do that. And I used to do that all the time when I was younger. But then as I got older, then I stopped doing it when I was like, I don't know, probably in my 30s. And then I tried it again, like just a little while ago. And it was so hard to do.
So this is like Cheryl's sleep secret, the SSS? Because I've never heard this before, Cheryl.
No, I know. It's just something
8
that
years,
I do.
We know you never share this Cheryl's sleep secret.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that it was a big deal, but it is the coolest feeling.
Oh, well, the coolest feeling. And you won't, you just now, like we should now charge for this podcast to hear this kind of information that you've been holding out on us with.
No, but try it. See if you can separate your mind and thinking from the rest of your body. Like you won't be able to have your body do something for you, like lift up my right finger. You will
take any drugs before this, or is it just?
Oh, I didn't know. I'm serious, but it is the coolest thing.
I'm trying this tonight. I'm calling you if it doesn't work.
No, because then you just slip into the best sleep. It's unbelievable. No,
did you come with this yourself? Did you get some self? Please tell me you got a side of a book or something.
No, I
came up with yourself.
I came up with it myself, and I used to really love it. I mean, it was like the
I can't wait to go to bed now. It's going to be awesome.
Okay, so we know that chronic sleep deprivation causes all of these serious physical, mental, emotional, and health issues. So just saying that and knowing that that's what this causes, and there's 100 million people with this problem, that's a lot. And we're beginning, and I think we're even seeing now, Paul, more and more and more the importance of sleep. And again, it's the only time that your body, and I just learned a little something that when you spoke earlier, that your mind too is repairing itself. So your mind to repair, and then also your body to repair whatever damage you've done to it that day. Yeah. So all of those things, super important.
Yeah. Now, some people may have already heard this, but we own the Institute of Holistic Health. And we see this with with thousands and thousands of health coaches that help people with all kinds of health issues and getting to the root cause of that health issue, whether it be cancer, heart disease, stress, depression. I mean, there's 900 different health diseases. We have looked at all different root causes of all these problems. And I would say, Cheryl, sleep is right there at the top of root causes of these health problems.
Well, right. And the crazy thing is I don't think until, really, I haven't been focused on it till, like the last, 5-6 years, something like that. Right. But because, and I mean, I'm super blessed because I've never had like a ton of problem falling asleep. I have my simple trick.
Well, now that we know that we're 100 million people are going to benefit from it. But I have, we have these 8 steps to go over now. We should just reduce it to 1 because we just heard the ultimate tip right now.
No, because it's hard to do, Paul. It's hard to do. So you've got it. I may have to train you. I may have to train you.
You should make a course up, and then we can, sell the course.
Oh my gosh, that's a great idea. Well, let's talk about some of the different things that we can do to elevate.
Let's talk about some solutions.
Some solutions.
We got a big problem.
Elevating factors that we can use.
So Cheryl and I have come up with 9 steps now. Just ruined our 8.
It's
8
a special
steps to elevating your sleep.
Yeah, special. And Paul, I love that the number one thing we're going to start out with, because you asked me, what time do you want to go to bed? Well, what time do you want to wake up? And I'm like, what? Stop. Okay. That doesn't feel like freedom to me. I like to be able to choose whenever I go to bed and whenever I get up. Okay. I drive Paul crazy because I'm always talking about freedom. Okay. So but it is super important to
discipline is freedom.
Okay. I know that. Thank you, Mr. Marine. Maintain a consistent sleep schedule. So you're going to go to bed and wake up at the same time every single day, except on weekends.
No, it says even on weekends. I mean, except on weekends.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
Oh, my land.
Okay, even on weekends. And Paul, tell us about your evening, because you're super good at this.
I was super good at this, but now we're shooting this podcast at 8 p.m., which has already jacked up my entire sleep process. Just doing this podcast. So I like to begin winding down my evening. Okay. I have my little review session I do. I get all my, I've been through like a war all day. So 7 to 7:30, I like, get the whole situation back to normal. And I like to sit down and have a nice steak dinner at 7:30. With some good classical music on and start my unwinding, decompressing process. And then I have like 2 hours to get in the hot tub or watch a movie or something, maybe a little sporting event that's going on. Tonight happens to be the NFL draft that I'll watch. So, and then I got
the 2 hours. You down.
2 hour, 2 hour of some decompression, and I'm not eating during those 2 hours. So there's no eating, there's no coffee, no alcohol, no nothing. Bed by 10. So I mean, that's where the head on the pillow, everything's off. Now we're going to talk a little bit about exposure to light in a minute here, but getting on that schedule, knowing that that tomorrow for me starts every day at 7:30 p.m. I'm already on tomorrow now. Because everything I do from that point is to get myself in the best possible condition to get up at 5:30 and hit it again. I'm sorry, 5 a.m.
Even that tip, Paul, I think will change people's lives.
Yeah, starting that process early.
Yeah, starting that process when your circadian rhythm starts.
Yeah.
Which is 7 o'clock the night before.
Yeah.
So really your day starts 7 o'clock the night before.
Yep, 7 p.m. and then but get up at 5 a.m.
Yeah. For me, folks, still working on it. I am a work in progress. I really am. But something that is super important is to create a sleep-friendly environment. And I really believe
this is where Cheryl shines.
I think this is super important. Get the doggone room dark. It needs to be dark. I don't want some light from my plug-in for my cell phone lit up. I mean, that looks like a beacon out. Oh my gosh, it drives me crazy. So the room has to be pitch dark.
Yeah.
Pitch dark.
Yeah. Don't you wear
quiet?
Now, do you ever wear with those mask things? And
no.
Okay.
I used to, but then my eyes went crossed or something. I don't know. Yeah, that didn't work well for me.
No,
so I do not put the mask on to go to sleep. No.
Okay, just the room dark. This is
dark.
This is something I have to work on. This is my one downfall is I have probably isn't as dark as it should be. So I need to work on that.
I like it dark, and it has to be actually it does need to be quiet. Like for me, I'm a little bit different because I love the sound of waterfalls, and I have a waterfall kind of thing in my house, and so I can hear that, and I do love that.
So I'll tell you what I don't. You don't have a waterfall in your bedroom, but in your house.
No, in my house that I can hear. But what I don't like, I can tell you this for sure, that doesn't help my sleep.
Yeah.
Is hearing the birds chirping very loudly in the morning. Now, I know that that's probably around 10.
Oh, these birds are outside.
Yes. So it's probably not 5 a.m. that they're chirping.
No.
So maybe I shouldn't have told on myself there.
Yeah.
But
No,
I just did want to point
I don't
out.
hear the birds. I'm like, what birds? We're talking about birds.
I'm up and half my day's gone by the time the birds wake up. Okay. So keep it quiet. You can put earplugs in. And then I know, Paul, you've got some great music that you like to listen to at night.
Yeah, and I'm all about that. So if you go to YouTube and type in sleep music, there's it's really cool. So it says black screen, deep sleep delta. Just pick that one, and we should post them in here. You can pick one. But so your TV goes black, can't see anything, and then it plays this delta music. It takes your sleep to a whole new level. So I can't recommend that enough. Is to play some sort of delta sleep music while you're sleeping.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, now my favorite one. We've got to my favorite one.
Well, this is one that
cold. I like it real cold.
Well, no. So there's scientific proof that cold plunge 50 degrees, sleeping temperature is 65. It didn't say 35, Cheryl. It said 65.
I like it to be 60 or maybe even a little less with lots of blankets.
Yeah.
The blanket.
Your children call me often and complain about the fact that the house is at sub-zero temperatures. They have frostbite. And
it's like, I can't even get to the shower before my feet are frozen off. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so funny. So yeah, keep it cool though. People sleep best when it's 65 or lower, if you want to feel like you're in a cryo chamber. Okay, and
again, one of those cooling beds, Cheryl. The mattress actually cools too.
I think that sounds fantastic. Okay, so and we already talked a little bit about just consider using earplugs and an eye mask if necessary.
Yep. Next one, limit your exposure, Cheryl, to screens before bedtime. That includes an iPad and Netflix.
That's Cheryl's good to know.
Did you see the movie Blank? No, I don't know how in the world you could have either, because we hung up the phone and there was only an hour left before you go to bed. And how could you have watched a 2-hour movie?
Well, no, I watched it on a quick pace.
Oh, on the speed. Okay. That makes total sense now. Makes sense.
Oh my gosh, but that really is a really great tip to really limit that. Also, remember to always cut off caffeine and alcohol 3 to 4 hours before you go to bed. Sometimes that's even more. Like I have a lot of people that I work with and they can't take anything past 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Or it's for them to fall asleep at night.
Yeah. And then, people think, well, I'm not really tired. I got a lot going on in my mind, so just have a drink. That's the worst idea.
That'll help me settle down.
Yeah, that'll send your sleep rhythm in the catastrophe. So you will never get the REM or the deep sleep you need with alcohol in your system. So you're gonna drink it all. I guess it's
drink in the morning.
It sounds like we're promoting like breakfast mimosas or like those 2 martini lunches or something, because you just can't drink late. You can drink early in the day. It's fine, but no.
Yeah, exactly. No, just don't drink. Okay. Get regular exercise. We talk about this all the time here on the Elev8 podcast, just that the importance of regular physical activity. I mean, it helps with, it helps you fall asleep faster and you can get deeper sleep as you exercise every single day.
Yeah. And exercise also ties in number 5, ties in number 6, which is manage stress. So exercise would actually manage stress, but techniques such as meditation, which I'm obsessed about. We're obsessed about here in the Elev8 tribe. Deep breathing's huge. And then of course, Cheryl's thing and Justice's new thing is the hot yoga. Which is going to be great for stress management, especially Cheryl getting up at 6 a.m. Well, you got to get up at 5 a.m. Now you will be in the 5 a.m. club with me and Robin Sharma. because you got to drive this hot yoga in the morning and be there by 6
Yeah.
a.m.
I'm wondering if maybe I could like sleep closer to the hot yoga place.
So that's going to
Okay,
help you
another,
relax, manage stress, and promote
yeah,
better sleep.
exactly. So, number 7, use a diffuser with relaxing essential oils. Oh my gosh, this is super important.
Yeah, I
Such
love
as
this.
lavender, chamomile, clary sage, all of those really promote wellness and sleeping.
Yeah, get back
Better.
to the holistic health coach that invited you to this podcast, or contact us, and we have the best oils to recommend to you, a great diffuser that we use. We'll put that in the notes here too, so that you can just grab it. But this, makes a huge difference. I mean, and again, it's every little thing that on here, you put these things together, and that's how you get to this perfect sleep of getting the REM you need and the deep sleep that you need. And then number 8, Cheryl, is a little bit different.
It's super cool though.
Yeah, it's actually, this is like the worst thing I hate in a movie or a series, where they like, oh, and to be continued.
It's the cliffhanger.
Yeah,
It's the
to be
cliffhanger.
continued. So the real big thing is number 8, and we're not going to tell you now. So if you have to listen to our next podcast, this is the first time we're actually like building up some anticipation for the next podcast, which is cool.
Oh, we can tell them it's a sleep pack.
It is a sleep pack. So Cheryl and I take 3 products that's in a sleep pack that have absolutely elevated our sleep. But, again, the whatever, you can out supplement the rest of these things on this list here. You watch them TV and then try to go to sleep right afterwards. It's not going to work. So you got to do all of these things. But if you're still not hitting those optimal numbers, it's because you don't have the right nutrients in your body before sleep. So there's very specific nutrients that you need right before you can go to bed. And in part 2, we'll be going over those 3 products that we recommend and offering a big discount on all of those products. So those have really been a game changer for me. So like, this is something I take extremely seriously in life. This is like my expertise place, where I decided that sleep is going to be my strength in life. So I really, I have this, not going to believe this, Cheryl, but I have a big checklist to actually go through to make sure that all of these things are in place prior to going to bed and winding down every day. I know that comes as a shock to you, but
I'm
I
shocked.
treat this very seriously. I chart, graph all of my sleep, and have mastered this thing called sleep. And it's really taken my life to whole new levels, because now my batteries are recharged, and I can go into each day and get the things done I want to get done, and have tons of energy, do the things I want to do, and not be exhausted all the time, which I was for so long. So it's just a decision that I'm going to make sleep literally my number 1 priority. This is how my day is going to start. 7 p.m. I'm going to make all these things a huge priority, and you're going to see your entire life. You talk about elevate your life. This is it. Start with sleep, because you get this thing right. I mean, really, when you look at your life, a third of your life's going to be, 33% of your life's going to be sleep. A third's going to be at work, and a third's going to be personal time. So this is literally like a 33% of your entire life is this one topic. So it makes sense to get it right, and do it right, so that you can maximize this and really, really elevate your life.
Yeah, I love that, Paul. And this has been such a fun podcast and so informative. So much knowledge here. It's been such a pleasure spending time with you today. Stay committed and stay consistent. Remember, you have the power to elevate your life and the life